Muito bem, estamos online. Uhul! Só terminar aqui, né? No YouTube Studio. Isso eu ainda não consigo tirar para deixar o sem nada aparecendo. Então isso por enquanto eu sou meio noob nisso ainda. Muito bem. Vamos começar então. Vamos começar em 1 minutinho. Antes disso eu preciso ver. Olha aqui como que é atrás. Mas eu preciso entrar aqui. Porque eu preciso pegar o minha ID para poder colocar na CXP. Complicado, né, gente? Pronto, aqui, é isso aqui que eu preciso. Vem aqui. Vamos começar essa live. Fechar esse aqui. Podemos começar. Só fazer uma pausinha aqui, gente, 2 segundos. Ah, não vou não. Vamos lá. Simbora. Então, gente, hoje eu tô escutando música aqui pelo Pretzel, que é um player que pode ser usado no YouTube, no Twitch, com streamings. Achei bem bacana. Então vamos lá. O tema de hoje é Mandalorian. O programa que eu uso, não sei se vocês sabem, é o PenToolSci. É uma versão gratuita dele. Eu fiquei sabendo que tem uma nova versão gratuita dele que tem até ferramenta de texto. Esse não tem ferramenta de texto, então para editar foto fica um pouquinho mais difícil. Mas é muito bom para desenhar. Eu gosto muito dele. Eu acho ferramentas bem simples, não fica bugando, não fica dando lag, que nem Photoshop. Photoshop nenhum computador meu aguenta. E esse eu acho que aguenta bem, eu gosto bastante desse aqui. Então vamos lá, no final dessa live eu vou revelar para vocês o cupom secreto. cupom secreto vai aparecer aqui, no final da live, e vocês vão poder acessar aqui pelo Etsy, www.etsy.com/shop/bombomdraws, coupon igual, e aí o nosso cupom secreto, que acabei de ver que estava mostrando. Então, bem, vocês já estão na live mesmo, então eu já vou mostrar para vocês. Eu não vou deixar para o final da live não, mas eu vou mostrar de novo para quem for aparecendo. Usando esse cupom, ou esse link, né, vocês têm 30% de desconto na loja toda. Então vai lá, vai ajudar um amigo aí. A gente agradece. Usando esse cupom é tranquilinho. Lembrando que os produtos da minha loja são digitais, né? Eles são para imprimir. Então, tudo que você comprar, você vai ganhar um PDF em alta resolução. Você vai poder imprimir quantas vezes você quiser. Aí é bom, né? Não tem esse negócio de ficar extraviando dos correios, porque, né? Correios vira e mexe dá problema. Não precisa ter esse medo. Eu sei que eu tenho bastante esse receio quando eu compro coisa online. Mas aí não tem, né? Ontem eu fiz uma live também, não sei quem assistiu. Eu desenhei esse dragãozinho aqui, esse coleguinha, dragão senil. Bem bonitinho, bem tchuco. Que foi inspirado na arte conceitual de Game of Thrones. E agora a gente pode se preparar para começar a live de hoje, que é a temática de The Mandalorian. Muito bem. Prontos ou não, aí vamos nós, né? Vamos lá. Muito bem, vamos começar? Já esperamos o bastante. Vamos lá. Então, como eu disse hoje, pessoal, bem-vindos a mais uma live de desenho. Eu sou a Bombom Draws, como é o meu username. E hoje tem esse cupom aqui para quem assistir a live, ou para quem assistir depois, para mim não tem problema, pode pegar depois também. Se você usar esse cupom na loja do Etsy, você vai ter 30% de desconto na loja toda. And for this English speakers here, oh, I see the watching eye. I fear your power, yes I do. Welcome. This is a secret coupon for everyone that's gonna watch this live stream today. And you use it on my Etsy shop and you get 30% off and everything. So here we go. Today we're doing Baby Yoda, right? The Mandalorian. Of course it has to be Baby Yoda first because Baby Yoda. Let's start. I'm gonna go with some green instead of going for black. Or just go for black. You can't go wrong with black. Okay, let's go. Baby Yoda has a really round head. It's so cute. Pra quem não fala os ingleses da vida, hoje o tema, como eu tinha anunciado no Instagram, é Mandalorian. Porque ontem teve episódio novo. Yesterday we had a new episode. I'm gonna mess with everyone's SAP brain cells now. From English to Portuguese, from Portuguese to English back again. Now I think that this head is way too big for the little space that I have selected. Let me just make it a bit smaller. There we go. I want to draw the big ears because it's so cute. Ugh. Que horrível. That looks awful. Cadê minha música? Minha música parou. Pronto. Muito bacana esse aplicativo. Ouvir música, podendo fazer música no streaming. O YouTube nunca deixa colocar coisa no streaming. Mas essas podem. Yeah, Dad, me too. I wish YouTube streaming had a few more features that we can use. But, I mean, it was simple. I mean, I'm really bad at this, live streaming. It's very weird. I'm not sure if I enjoy it very much. I mean, I enjoy it because it's fun, but there is always this feeling of, oh no, this is going so wrong. Oh, look at that. I know, right? Actually looks like Gizmo. Mogwai, I think that was the name. Actually looks like a gremlin. I mean, Baby Yoda is sort of a gremlin. We did see E.T. on Phantom Menace. Maybe someday we will see actual gremlins like the species gremlins. And maybe Yoda is like the evolution of the gremlin species, who knows? But if Baby Yoda was some sort of gremlin, I think he would have turned crazy or multiplied already, because he eats a lot and he falls on water quite often. So we have that. I don't like how this year looks. It looks weird. It's like, I don't know, it looks weird. I don't know. Yeah, something like this is better. More puppy look, you know, when puppies go with droopy ears. It's cuter. Did you guys watch Mandalorian last night? What are you talking about? Gremlins are cute. Of course they are. When they are not, you know, green and multiplying and smoking in bars. When they're fluffy, they are cute. They're like Furbies. They're just like Furbies. And I love Furbies. Yoda is just Space Goblin. That is so true. But now we have cute Space Goblin. Let's do its little chin. I know it has some sort of wrinkles here, right? But it's not exactly old. It has like two little... I don't know how to call them. Star Wars designs are weird. Although that's why we love him. But yeah, it has like this little thingy here that just repeats and extends. One thing that I found that was super amusing about Baby Yoda's design is that it actually has the little fluff on the head, right? Like Yoda. I thought that was like because Yoda was an old man. Old whatever species he is. because he was old. And I thought that's why it was like that. But nope. Baby Yoda also has this little fluff going on here. This really, really thin hair. So that is not old man hair. I like how this is turning out. Though not this. Makes it look like it has like a duck thing, like a beak. It's not nice. Oh, no, that lip is worse. And gremlins don't try to kill people like actively. They're just playing. They just don't know how rough they're playing. It's part of life. Sometimes you get killed. No, it's okay, I admit. Gremlins, when they're green and eating after midnight, they're creepy, they're creepy. But not when they're fuzzy. When they're fuzzy, they're not creepy. They're pretty cute. Just like Baby Yoda. Okay, let's do the little clothes he has. He has a chubby neck. A little scarf sort of thing. I think I'm gonna try and color this after I'm done with the sketch. Yeah, something like that. I know it has like 2 layers, right? Is this too wide? I think it's a bit too wide. Not sure. Yeah, it's a bit too wide here. Too big. Make it smaller. But not that small, because it's really fluffy, right? It's big. It's not tiny. His head's almost like swallowed by the rest of the outfit. Suppose it adds for the cuteness effect. Goes like this. Some more wrinkles here. Little arm. Okay, let's just clean it up just a bit. Just make the lines a bit more out there. Big eyes. But they're not actually all dark, right? They are a bit dark brown. They're not black, pitch black. If we look closely, we can see the iris. Wow! Is that right? Is that right? Only 26 centimeters taller than Baby Yoda? Wow. Yoda is really tiny. They don't grow a lot. Wow, that is so weird. Maybe, who knows, maybe Yoda doesn't eat enough macarons. That's why he ended up shorter. But there was another Jedi Master that was the same species, right? In Attack of the Clones, episode 2, I think it was Master Yaddle. That was her name. Oh gosh, I hope Baby Yoda is not her child with Yoda. We already have the Palpatine thing going on. That's enough old men having children. I'm really not sure about this whole wrinkle business going on here. It looks like horns. Let me just make it a bit lighter. Not delete it, but make it a bit lighter. Go with my eraser here, a low density, and just shoop, shoop, shoop. Okay. And now I'm gonna show you guys a little trick that I do when I think the sketch is too light, or if I want to go straight into coloring instead of line arting like a proper human being. I just drag the layer up here, put it on top of each other, and bam, darker. So now it's just a messy sketch. Then I press Ctrl E and it's just one thing. Because I can be very lazy. Just put a little shadow here. Baby Yoda's double chin. Okay. Not bad. You didn't know Baby Yoda is 50 years old? That's like episode 1. Dad, come on, man. Watch the first episode. That's the whole deal. Mando only accepts taking the job because people say, oh, the target is 50 years old, and he's like thinking it's an old man. And it's actually a baby. This part here looks a bit weird, the connection, I don't like it. Looks like the mouth is a little too forward. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go coloring this. I make another layer under the sketching layer. Now let's grab a musty, swampy green. That should be light, right? It's light. Ah! You haven't seen it? Outrageous. This is outrageous! Yeah, I think that green is good. Should be a little light, but sort of pastel color thing. It's not very saturated. It has a bit of yellow somewhere. I need to check that. I always have the feeling it has a bit of yellow. It's not just pure green. Okay, let me just, there's a bit of green here too. Still a bit of skin. Okay, and the yellowish part. I have a feeling it has a bit of yellow. I'm gonna get a brush here so it blends. And I think because here in the little tips where the skin grows thinner, it has a bit of like yellowish tone because of the lighting. Here too. It's gonna blend with the rosy cheeks. I'm gonna grab some orangey, not red. The cheeks aren't red, they're like orangey. Yeah, something like that, but like a bit lighter. That's too dark. Yeah. Something like that, just a little bit. I go with my watercolor brush. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Looks a bit too much. Yeah, it's too much. Let's see. Now let's work with some lighting. The sun's coming from behind, so a bit smaller here. Now we go for some shades. Yeah, that's way too dark. Let me just go over here. We painted the light green. Better. I need to figure out a way to put on the music that I'm listening to because it's not bad. It's free, so that's good too. I'm not doing any copyright stuff. It's not what I usually listen to while drawing, but no, you gotta do what you gotta do. Bit of light here. little wrinkles. Let's go for the little eyes, and then I go back to the skin later. They're brown, they're not pitch black, so I'm going to start with regular brown color. Nothing too dark, just brown. And I made a boo-boo. There we go. Back to the brown. A little gray here for the eyes. Now go for darker brown. And now we go for black. A little more intense. Let me just zoom in. When you zoom in, that's when you see how messy a sketch in a smaller canvas is. Let's do a little shine here. Opa, quem é Lipão? Bem-vindo, Lipão. O streaming tá sendo em inglês e em português, tá? Então, fique à vontade para fazer pergunta. Tô fazendo Baby Yoda, é isso mesmo. Comecei com o sketch, e agora o sketch tava assim. E agora a gente tá pintando ele. A gente, né? Eu tô pintando, vocês estão vendo. Um pouquinho mais de cinza escuro aqui. Why would I do the super crown from Mario? Why? Just why? Just why? Why would someone do that? Imagina fazer Baby Yoda com coroa do Mario. Little more shine here. Um pouquinho mais de brilho para o efeito mais fofinho. But since the little sketch now is in the way for the shine effect. I'm just gonna erase it right here. Como lá o sketchzinho todo bagunçado que eu fiz tá no caminho do brilhozinho, então a gente remove. Muito bom. Alright. The eyes do look a bit light. I think they do need to be darker. Os olhos estão muito claros. Isso. Watercolor. Esfumaça. Opa! Too much. Foi demais agora. Diminuir a densidade. Ah, muito escuro. This is way too dark, I don't like it. Just Ctrl Z my way. Não gostei não, ficou muito escuro. Muito escuro. Clarear um pouquinho o tom. Olha, gente, acabei de ver que eu tô na camada errada. Tava na camada de line art. De sketch. I was in the line layer and not on the coloring layer. That could have been quite troublesome when I was close to done. Imagina, chega no final do desenho, você vê o negócio tá do outro lado. Camada errada, quem nunca? Sombra pra boca. Ele tem meio que uns gominhos aqui assim. Um pouquinho mais de sombra aqui. Escurecer só um pouquinho, just a little bit darker. I like this brush setting over here. Usando esse pincel aqui, o brush com textura bristle, nessa opacidade, eu gosto porque mistura bem. Blends a lot better when it has these settings on. Yeah, Dad, I'm gonna say no to that hashtag. I will have to say no to that hashtag. Pegar um pouquinho mais daquele amarelo de novo. A little bit more of that yellow. I want to smudge, but not so much that it removes the texture. So I just smudge in a few places, not everywhere. Where's that pink again? For the cheeks. Rosinha pra bochecha. Is it too much? Maybe. Maybe it was too much. A little darker here. No. Seriously? You tweeted it? Gosh. I'm not gonna endorse that hashtag. Let that be recorded. I think we know it's a male. I think we do. I think Ahsoka refers to him as him, not it. And I don't remember her calling Grogu she or her. Yeah, that's too dark. I don't like that. Let me go with the lighter green again. Okay, let's go for the ears now. Now we go for the little pink, dusty pink. Right here. Wow, I totally forgot this should be green. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Better. Back to the pink. I can't check Discord now. If I do, I'll have to pause the transmission and I really don't know how to do that. I'll check it later. Goes again for the yellow, where the skin is thinner. Yes, I have a phone, but I also have 2 Discord accounts, and my phone is not logged into the one you think I am. It's logged in the other one, so I would have to log out of that one, relog on the other one, and then check. What? Get out of here. I just have 2 accounts. Just that. And yo, say that word again and YouTube's gonna come after my video, so I'm gonna have to kick you, man. Don't do it. Let's keep this kid friendly. Little highlight here. Okay, I think we can go for the little jacket. Let's go for tan brown. Something like that, yeah. There we go. But the little scarf thing is lighter. I do remember that. Now I go for a smaller brush so I don't make a mess out of everything. I could be using more layers, but honestly, who has the time? Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so let's see a bit of yellow here. Remembering the light comes from the back. So it's gonna go all over this place here. Let me go for dirtier brown, just so I can mark it. Yeah, it should go all over this. A little yellow over here. Thank you. Thank you, sis. I don't like the hue that I chose for this. I'm gonna select this very carefully. Not to get over a bit over the green. Control U. Adjust the hue. Control U to adjust the hue. A little more dusty. No. Like this? No. Like this? No. Woo! Disco Yoda. Woo! Yeah, this is better. Like this, not forget the little sewing marks. Some wrinkles here for the fabric. Now we smudge. The more colors you add, the more shades you add, the more rendered it will look. So I could just use 3 tones, but if I use a bit more, they're gonna look a bit more 3D-like, I guess. It's gonna give a bit more feeling of volume. I'll just go a bit darker here. There we go. There we go. A bit darker here too. I'm gonna go 1 more shade darker. Oh, but that's too saturated. And something blue has saturated. Yeah. Yeah, like this. There we go. Okay. Let me just use a bit of highlight here. A little light. Now some texture because it's fluffy, right? The little part, but it's fluffy. Gonna go a lot of little dots here to give the feeling of fur. The light bounces off the fur only at the top of the surface, so we only see little dots. And little squiggly lines too. That works. Going for the lighter first. Now we go for a bit darker. I'm gonna get one of these shades here and go in between where the light was. There we go. with a brush that can blend over a bit so it doesn't look too rough on the edges. So it can smooth by itself without losing texture. And then this shade, that was like some sort of shadow in between the light spots, begins to turn into the lighter tone as we go into the darker parts. Oh gosh, you with that hashtag again. Give it up, Dan, we're not using that hashtag. Damn you, internet provider! It's okay. We forgive you. Smudge this a little bit. Just a bit. A little bit of light here on the wrinkles, but not too much because it's still supposed to be in the shady area. I can even go here, I'm gonna add another layer, go on multiply. So I can play a bit more freely with that. Yeah, that's better. A bit more. Gosh, I love the multiply layer. Makes everything so easy. Oh wow, now it looks like Yoda, Baby Yoda is planning something. Scary. Go for a bit lighter. Just a bit and then smudge. I'm going for the big smudge here. Yeah, looks a bit too much here. Okay, now a bit for the little fluff Baby Yoda has. We just blend the two layers together. Let's see. I think I'm gonna change a bit the texture. I know what, I'm gonna keep this one. Oh no, there's another one. What's the name? Always forget. I like to use that for hair. No, not pastel. Not spread. Let's see this one. Yeah, this one. That's the one. But this one I'm gonna go over the... Oh, what did I do here? I'm gonna go over the sketch layer. Just a little fluff. Can be as messy as you want. Just doing little circles here, and I'm gonna just make it a little lighter so it's not too much on the head. It's really thin, it's supposed to be thin, so I'm gonna do the other way around. I put a lot, and then I go with the eraser in low density, and erase in between those white spaces. So it looks a bit more like fluff. Yeah. And now I'm going with pure white. Rather high density, but really thin. And just go make the little squiggly lines I did with the sketch, but with white. It's a bit too much here. Erase. Check out how it's looking. I think it's pretty good. Now right behind it, I'm gonna grab some dark gray, just so we can make it a little more interesting in the background. Right here, where it's supposed to be darker, just have a little fun. A bit more dark. And blend. I'll blend the big one because who has the time? Yeah, that's on the colors and only the sketch. Okay, I think Baby Yoda is done. Hooray to us. But we are not done for the live stream yet. I'm not gonna stop at one. I'm gonna do a little more, maybe 2 more characters, 1 more character at least. Let me just sign it over here. There we go. And that's it. That's Baby Yoda. Looks pretty cute, if I do say so myself. I really like that character. I'm gonna blend it all into one single layer, so it's easier to move it around. See, now I can just wee. Dance, Baby Yoda, dance. Yeah, you got the idea. I can move it over. I can make it disappear for a moment to remind you guys that I am on sale. So, check it out. 30% off. Use this code. Right here on Etsy.com. Don't forget, if you are on CCXP, go to my little Artist Valley table, number 66. Oh wow, I just noticed. My table's number is Palpatine's orders, the Jedi Purge. Executes Order 66. Damn. Oh boy. My table is the Jedi Purge. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's do the next one. The next one's going to be the one and only Mando. Let me just rename it here, Baby Yoda. And the next one's gonna be Mando. It has to be Mando. But with helmet, not without helmet. Let's go for it. Grab that. Alright. Buckethead. Little egg here for his helmet head. Basically, the basic shape for every Mandalorian. This is where the shoulders are gonna be. The neck, we barely see the neck, but it's there somewhere. Yeah, something like that. This is a rough construction. Don't forget the little guidelines here. We have the neck, we have the little torso. It's like a triangle. Bucket head here. Eye line here. Not that we're gonna draw eyes because bucket heads don't have eyes. Not on the helmets at least. They just have this owl face. Okay, let's begin making it a bit more distinguished. More recognizable. It has a wide opening. His cape is gonna come over here somewhere, over the shoulder, and then we have the, let me erase this because now the guidelines most of the time ends up, they're just, you know, to give a rough idea of where we're gonna place things, but I really don't care for them. I really don't mind them. This is where his little arm pauldron, shoulder pauldron is going to be. A lot of detail, but we're gonna deal with that later. It's just there. And the other one. There we go. I think this should be a bit longer. Yeah, this is a bit too tilted. There we go. The Mandalorian's helmet always goes a bit curving right here, and they have this weird indent going on. It's a T shape, right? It's basically a T shape. The visor and the cheeks and where the helmet opens for the visor to go down. It's basically a T shape, but not Mr. T. I pity the fool who doesn't know what a Mandalorian is. Alright, let me just... And then goes a bit like this, right? And connects. I think it goes a bit like this, yeah. A bit more to the side. It connects from the bottom. It makes like this, yeah. Connecting, making a bit three-dimensional, thinner right here and a bit wider over there. Connect to the bottom. It's gonna have a bit something going on here. It always has. Although Mando's armor is a bit cleaner than most Mandalorians we see. They're usually very flashy, but Mando is... I don't remember the name. I know Moff Gideon said the name already, the name of the character, but I do not remember. It's gonna have a little something here. I'm gonna erase some of that so it's not overbearing. It's nothing too busy here. Just needs to be more straightened up. Yeah, I'm not gonna put more stuff in there. I'm gonna let it for the shading. Okay, now that I know the basic line, I can make it, let me just tilt the screen, can make it thinner right here, and then it grows wider over there in the center. It helps when we can do the same thing on both sides. Has this little trim here. The visor stops sooner than the rest of the helmet. The little square thingy he has. The other side. It's gonna go something like this. I think it's smaller, to be honest. Yeah, it should be smaller. Just thinner, right? Yeah, that's better. Then repeat it on the inside. Now our bucket head's coming out a lot better. It's funny because most Mandalorians that get really popular, they have a lot of stuff going on their design. Like they have colored helmets. Like Boba Fett has green. Bo-Katan has that owl shape in blue and white. Sabine has it all over the place. But not this one. This one has only silver. He's way more anonymous than the others. The others are not afraid to show who they are. This one I think he prospers. He thrives with anonymity. Wow, that was nicely spoken. Thrives in anonymity. Well, but he does. Although I don't think that's much of an option for him anymore. It's a bit crooked here, right? Looks weird. Just erase it a bit, yeah. And just make it less weird. That's what drawing is. Drawing, it's making stuff look weird and then making it look not so weird. let's not forget the chest plate, right? Goes something like this. The good thing is that all Mandalorians have the same basic armor. So you know one Mandalorian, you know all of them. It opens up for a little shape here, but it's not gonna show, so I'm not gonna bother drawing. And right here we can't forget the little satchel. Not the satchel, you know, the little cowboy thing he has. It's like a belt across the chest, where he keeps his bullets, I suppose. Though it's weird, we see him carrying like bullet sort of thingies, but he never uses them. Are they supposed to load maybe the little whistling thingies he has on his wrist? I don't know, I don't remember the name for those. Little circle here. I have no idea what this piece is, to be honest. I just remember it's there. And it's a bit rough, so make it rough. And the rest of the chest plate goes right here. And we can see how thick it is. Yeah, it's like a bra. It looks like a bra. Oh boy, I'm so sorry, Mando. Swear it was not my intention to make you look like you're wearing a bra. Space bra. Now for the shoulder plate. Like this. And then down. Never forgetting the little rims. It has a lot of rims. And the arm is gonna come over there, but it's not gonna show, so not gonna bother. The sigil. Okay, I think that's clean enough. And we can start painting it. Same thing with Baby Yoda that we did. Start a new layer. And grab the colors. I'm gonna go with gray first. It's funny, I'm gonna paint gray over gray. Yeah, that's gonna work. You know what? I forgot to save. We should not do that. Always save your work, kids. A little more here. Bucket head. Bucket! Right here is gonna be gray too. Silver, but for silver I usually go with gray and toss in a little blue. Wow, I just noticed that this part here is going over. It's not supposed to. There. Back to the color. Leave a little space here. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna start shading it. I'm gonna go with something like a bluish green. Keep it on the grayer side. Go for the brush. And start adding a little value here. I know it looks really like, what? Why are you putting green over the armor? But trust me. Trust me, it pays off. A little more on the bluish side. There we go. Just, opa! Whoops, way too much. Make it smaller. And lower density and just smudge it in. Just as a base. This sort of base usually gives us a little more depth than just using one, especially when I'm talking about gray stuff. Now we can go for the darker, and that's where it starts to get a bit funner, a bit more interesting. Here's going to be darker. I'm gonna go back to that texture. I forgot, it was the bristle regular, not the other ones. I like a little bit more. It's gonna be darker right here where it connects, but still, even though it's gonna get lighter, it's still darker than the rest of the armor. Just like here. I'm gonna have a little bit here, a little lighter here, and a little lighter here. Just fill it in a bit. Right here where it begins to curve, that's where we stop. Now we go down, get the same shade. Start right here where it's gonna be darker. Right here in the shoulder patterns, we're gonna work on little arches. It's gonna make it more metal-like. Beskar really shines, so we're gonna make that look like Beskar when we get to the lighting part, not the shading part. Right here, darker. Let it go. A bit more here. Darker, let it go. Always work like this. Ah, Lene, você tá morrendo! Pega carregador! Vamos lá, vamos continuando. Estamos aqui. Isso aqui vai ser mais claro. This is gonna be lighter. Little rim part. Just let me get rid of the darker part. And right here, right on top of the bucket, it's gonna be really light. Just like here, a little lighter. On the arches, go like this, right in this little spaces. Here on the chest. Following this little line here. The trim, or the rim, I don't know how to call that. It's gonna be lighter. Okay, let's smudge this a little bit before we can go for another layer of color. Oh, no, I don't like that. It's too much. See what too much smudging can do? I'm gonna smudge with a mid-tone, so it gets something more balanced. Yeah. That's it. That looks okay. That looks okay. We can go for the next step of adding a few more shades. Since it's just silver, so it's just gray with a little more hue, so we gotta make it more contrasted. Make the little indents darker. Smudge it a little bit in. Then go with almost blacks, not entirely black, just very close to black. But not paint over, give it a little space. And now, not that much lighter, but just a bit. We go like this to add a little more reflection to the helmet. Smudge it. Save your work. Control S. Now like here we're gonna be a little darker. Not too much, I think this is too much. Has to be lighter than this part here. Let's go for the almost black again. Come over here a bit. Work it over. Work on the darker parts. Trying to do it in little arches. Right here, there's going to be a lot of shade because of the fabric. Same way here. Follow up right here. Here is going to be darker because it's throwing the shade like this part here. This part here is outside, it's more on the outside, and this one goes in, so it's going to be darker. It's going to have more shade. I'm going to work on the sigil later because it's going to be a bit more detailed. Now again with the black right here on the rims. Don't be afraid to use the black here. The rims kind of need it. Doing the little arches thing, going over like this. Now blend. Nice, not too much, don't over blend it. I'm going to add a little more contrast, so going on filters, add a bit more contrast. See? Now that's much better. Or else I would have to go all over again, adding more shade, and like, who has the time? Now I'm gonna grab the white and just gonna go over these little parts here because they have this reflection. Makes them pop a little more. I mean, they can be rough, but not too rough. Try to keep it clean. Same thing here. Same thing here. But this one I'm gonna smudge. The other ones, no, just leave them be. This one I want to smudge because I want a cleaner, a sharper stop to this part of the helmet. Oh right, I forgot. I want to shade this a little bit too. Just a little. Smudge it over, spread this, spread the color. There we go. And back on the white. Now we can make it pop. Going over here, same thing, and then just go over in the center, add a lot more white, keeping it thin on the inside, and growing wider on the outside. Goes for all the rest of the armor. You go make one line and then just wiggle in, thinner, and grow bigger and adjust to the shape next to it. And now we smudge it just a bit. There we go, smudge this side too. There, nice. Okay, let's go for the rest of the armor. I'm gonna go with like very, very dark brown. It's almost on black, but it shouldn't be on black. And go over the visor of our space cowboy. Buckethead space cowboy, that's the Mandalorian in a nutshell. There, fix the edge, make it clean. Now it's looking like the Mandalorian. I'm gonna just erase a little bit here. It's a bit too small, don't you think, this head here? I think we can go a little bigger, a little wider. Yeah, just get a little black. This is gonna be black here anyway. Just make it a bit wider. The sketches are just guidelines. Smudge it. Incorporate a little change we made. There we go. Now we go for black. Now we can go for pitch black. Right here in the center. Let me just tilt the screen a bit. Right here in the center. Smudge it. Now add some light sources, some light points, right? The source is outside. It's outside of the character. It's in front of the character. But I'm gonna go in and show the same thing that we did on the armor. I'm gonna do here. We start here, go wider, thinner, wide again. See? Wide, thin, wide. Little here, not too much here. Some shine here. Right here is gonna have a good amount. There we go. Now blend it. Don't blend it everything. Just try to keep the same shape. Feel free to make it irregular. It gives a more realistic thing to it. Like, gives it a more texture. When we're talking about digital art, texture is important, or else everything looks like plastic. I went a little overboard here, so I'm gonna go with a little more of that dark brown. With the dark brown, just make the edge here sharper. Just push it over a bit, see? You push the color over to make a more rounded thing in between the light and the dark. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking pretty decent. Now back on the brown, going dark brown, just go a little lighter here in the direction of the red. It's going to be a deep but still rich brown, and we're going to go over this. Careful now. I'm going on one layer, so I'm going Daredevil mode, just one layer. The cape here. I'm just going to go really roughly because we're soon going to add the lighting, which is going to be right over here on top of his shoulder, so it doesn't need to be too nice. It can be a bit more rough. There we go. And like this, a bit more here, a bit more here. And just get this part right there. Make the same size. There we go. Now we go for a bit on the orange side. Keep it on the gray. Closer to the gray, and this is where it's going to be lighter. Same thing with Baby Yoda. I like this brush because when you have a high sensibility pen, it can go lighter just like a color marker, or darker. It can blend a bit with the previous color you put on. And if you lower the density, it goes a bit more. Okay, that's roughly what we want. Now we go for a little more yellowish, a little lighter, a little bit more saturated. And now we have to define where these shapes are ending and when they're starting. Right here. Here we go. Just swoosh. Just on the tip, because that's where the light is. Now we're gonna blend this so we can move on to the next step. This does look a bit lighter than I wanted, so I'm gonna go over after this, after I blur this. I'm gonna go over with the darker brown again. Because I want it a bit darker here. And go over with that brown, a bit darker than that. Low density, big brush. It's a bit too saturated, I want less saturated. There we go. Having the folds of the cloth of his outfit in mind. Now I want to go really dark, almost on the black. I said almost. Let's go right here. Again, in mind where the fabric folds. Right here on the neck is going to be darker. That's where most of the shade is going to be. Right beneath Mando's neck. I'm gonna go on black, mid density, and just make sure these lines here are crisp. And make these folds here more visible from where they are. Right here under the neck. There we go, and now blend. Not too much. Going with the stroke. Gonna erase this little part here. Looks a bit, well, what are you doing here? There we go. Now we have to add a little more brown right here in between the arms. The arms, I mean the pauldrons. You know what I mean. Hey Mia, I see you asking if I'm going to show Lena Parilla's panel. I don't think I can. I really don't know. I mean, I'm part of the event from the Artist Valley, which is the virtual version of Artist Alley. We can do lives, but I'm really not sure if I'm allowed to show what's going on in that part of the event. But you can, I think you still can sign up for the free version, and that includes Lena Parilla's main panel. Doesn't include her meet and greet, but I don't have the meet and greet, so I wouldn't even be able, even if I wanted, even if there was no problem at all, I wouldn't be able to show it because I don't have it. I know some people are going to have a meet and greet of her, right? It's going to be like, say hi. I didn't understand how it's going to work online. It's going to be like a video chat. You pay to have a video chat, I'm not sure. But yeah, you still can sign up for CCXP free version. It's really easy. You get the email as soon as you sign up, and you just need your ID card from your regular document. I'm not sure which one it is for foreigners, but for us Brazilians, it's our CPF. Just that and the number of the credential of the badge, and that comes in your email, and then you can watch her. I mean, if you get it while it's actually airing. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show that. If I wasn't like part of the Artist Alley, because this is transmitting into the platform of the event. It's right here on YouTube and on the platform of the event. If I was just a streamer, just like a regular YouTuber that covers comic books and events and such, I would probably be streaming. But since I am there as an invited artist, I'm not sure if I can. There was nothing on my contract that said that, but there was anything about it, so I'm really not sure. A little more yellow here. Yeah, now we can go for the arm and the belt thing. It's about the same brown, I just want to make it a little more, what's the word? A little more on the yellows, like a sandy brown. There we go. Cover it up. Try not to go over the lines. But I mean, if you do, it's okay. This time I'm gonna go on the hues like in a vertical line, not in a diagonal line, going towards the black, towards the gray that's less saturated. I'm gonna keep right here in the middle. Oh, forgot my brush. I don't like that brush. I like this brush. A little darker. Now right here, don't forget it has a little cover here. I have no idea why it has that, but it does. So play along. Smudge it a little bit. For this one, I'm gonna smudge with a smaller brush, so it gives this texture as I stroke multiple times. It has this, I don't know how to explain it, this little roughy, scratchy texture. And it's not a language barrier, and I wouldn't know how to explain it in Portuguese side. You know, it's just a little scratchy thing, you know? Let me just go over here so you see. See? It's scratchy. See? Scratchy. That's the best word I can come up with right now. A little dark. A little dark. Now go a bit towards the black. Because right here is going to be really heavy. It's right under the coat. I'm gonna go with black because that brown's not working anymore. Not doing me any favors. I'm gonna go with black. Go like this. Make the connection with metal crisp. With the rest you don't have to worry, but with the Bhaskar you should be a bit more certain of where you're going, because Bhaskar really shines, and when it touches something it stands out on its own. I don't like that black here, doesn't make sense. It's where the light's coming, so yeah, just start the black and stop. Smudge it a little bit more. Again with the little up and down strokes. Scratchy, scratchy. And now I'm going to give a little bit of shine before I go with this little detail. Same thing I do with the metal. Start wide, go thin, finish wide. Same thing here. Keep in mind where the seams are. Doesn't need to be perfect, but needs to be there somehow. By light or whatever other method you can find. I prefer with light, especially when I'm doing this kind of sketches. Add a bit more brown here, just. There you go. And now I'm gonna go with a little light brown, smaller brush, and shade the little patch he has here. There we go, smudge a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, look at that, our Mando boy. This one looks a bit too white. We need a bit more of that green, that gray here, not the green. Yeah, it's a greenish gray. Greenish gray or grayish green. There, that's better, much better. Gonna add a bit more here too, I like that. There we go. Alright, Mando is, I think he's done. Same thing, Baby Yoda, I'm gonna add a little more sass to his background, so he stands out more. See, that's the texture of that brush I've been using. It goes like this. It's really nice. It blends a lot. I like it. One here. Bit here. Not too much. That's where the light is coming. There we go. Here comes the light. And smudge it in. Making it rough. I'm trying to keep the same angle here as I go, as I smudge these places, so it's not too much dislocated, but always smudge having one sort of like, I like to pick a medium color for the smudging, so it doesn't look too rough. Like if I use the white here and I smudge, it's gonna be way more white, so see, a lot whiter. And when it comes to the darker part, it looks a bit weird. So I go in between the colors and then I smudge. Then it looks like a more balanced look. There we go. Very nice. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna blend those two layers. Ctrl E. Save the work. Don't forget to save the work. I think I'm gonna add a bit of black here. Right here between the chest plates. Yeah, that's better. Much better. There we go. Just smudge it a little bit. Yep, that's it. That's Mando. Let me just sign it. Nice. That's Mando and Baby Yoda. Oh gosh, I did not blend all the layers. Now we have Mando and Baby Yoda. There we go, father and son. I'm even gonna make it a little smaller so we can have both of them on the same screen. Right here, Ctrl T, make it smaller. There we go. Look at them. Look at those two. That's it for today's stream. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you, CCXP. Obrigada, CCXP, pela oportunidade de estar podendo fazer isso no Artist Alley, ou no Artist Valley. Tá sendo bem bacana poder fazer essas lives. Se vocês preferem elas em inglês ou em português, if you prefer these live streams to be in Portuguese or in English, comment below, deixe os comentários, and I can add a caption. Talvez eu possa colocar alguma legenda. Amanhã, talvez hoje eu faça mais um, talvez hoje à noite, quem sabe. Daqui a pouco vai começar o painel dos irmãos Russo na CCXP, eu quero muito ver isso. Então, não se esqueçam do cupom, nosso cupomzinho mágico, Live CCXP 30, Secret Coupon for my Etsy store, na lojinha do Etsy, 30% off in everything. Please go check it out, helps me a lot. yeah, that's it. We have Baby Yoda and Mando. Which one you guys like more? I don't know, man. Baby Yoda is really cute, but I really like how Mandalorian shines, how Mandalorian armor shines. Really like those two sketches. They're really fun. Thank you very much for sticking, and remember, this is the way.